Why would somebody use fish when ZSH exists? It doesn't make sense to me. See, here's the thing about fish. It is so easy to set up. That's what people say to me, at least. Okay, fish, first of all, is not POSIX compliant. If you're watching this channel, you probably know what that means, okay? So it's not POSIX compliant, and it has all these features that, like, now, before I say anything, people will be like, oh, Bash isn't POSIX compliant. Yes, but Bash can do everything that the POSIX specification says, plus more. Fish does plus more, and then minus, like, some essential functions. Like, let me think of it. You can't even do exclamation mark to run, like, the last command. You can't even do that. Like, this, if I wanted to run that command again, and ignore what was happening on the right screen. I don't really understand what was going on with my my sudo password, I guess. So I've just set it to not require password for now until I figure it out, which is why you will see later when you run this script that you will need your sudo password. I won't need it. So what I've created is, well, let's just talk about other features that Fish has first. Okay, so this nice syntax highlighting, right? You know, highlighting the commands, underlining files that exist, okay? There's other things, like if you want to have some flags, then you know, you can search through them with the with just by pressing tab, right? And you can select it, and then let's just say, like, nothing again, tab completion. Now I have no idea what that flag was, but whatever. Anyways, tab completion. And we also have history substring search, which means you can start typing in a command, and you can already see it's trying to grab the latest command. And if I keep typing, but I don't want to do that remote thing, I just type W, oh, it'll grab that most recent one that does not match the most recent one, or matches the second most recent one, and I can just hit right, and boom, it'll fill that out. And if I don't want that, well, then I can just hit tab, do something else like X authority. I don't even know what that is, but whatever, it doesn't really matter right now. But how did it get to this? Well, I customized my ZSHRC, and well, some people don't know how to do that. It takes a little while to figure out all the different options. So I was like, you know what? Why not just make a script to do it? So even the PS1 variable is different. This is default ZSH right here. Don't worry, I've just moved my ZSH configuration to like a backup file. So all you have to do is git clone https git.cbps.xyz. That's my Git website. Sonos/ZSH. Now I've already done this, so there's no reason for me to do that. So zish. I'll just call it zish, not zish. Okay, you go in /zish. Do it. And I've set it so it'll show all the commands that are running at the same time. It's not going to be like that when you actually run it, but there we go. So it's done. Now you might notice nothing's changed. Well, all you have to do is run ZSH again, and boom, this is automatically, let's just clear real quick. This is a replica, pretty much, of the fish shell. This is exactly what fish looks like when you boot it up. ls, ooh, see, this is something that people like in fish, expandable aliases. So let's just make an alias right now. Let's just say alias great equals ls slash. Okay, now if I type in great and hit space, boom, it expands to ls slash. I can just hit enter. Same thing if I just type in great and hit enter, it automatically expands. So simple, so easy. I understand why people like fish, except fish itself isn't that great. And so if you just want to see what the ZSHRC looks like, not that complicated. It's just the message of the day, whatever they call it, which I should probably change this to printf to make it faster, just like by milliseconds. Anyways, xtg directory for all your ZSH stuff, append history. These are all like fish things in ZSH. Colors, these are ls colors. I don't know if these are actually accurate to ZSH, or not ZSH. I don't know if these ls colors are accurate to fish, but it's whatever, they look fine. Ls color, so you actually get color. And then this is so you can expand your aliases. Tab completion, this is all tab completion right here. And then yeah, sourcing those plugins. So really, that's all that's needed. 46 lines of a ZSHRC to replicate a really just bad shell, which it's only bad just because it's not POSIX compliant. Like if they made it POSIX compliant, that would be great. I would probably use it if it was POSIX compliant, but it's not, so I do not use it. 46 lines in a ZSHRC, run one simple script, and that is it. You're replacing fish. Fish users, stop using fish right now. Get on ZSH. Install ZSH on any distribution. It's on everything. It's on Android if you're using Termux. Like, it's on literally everything. Get it. Run my script. Have fun. Start customizing your own shell. Do not just take what other people are giving you. I'm giving you this as a framework. Do not just take this and be like, okay, well, this is it. Now, if you like it, like, perfectly, okay, that's a little weird. But, whatever. This is not perfect, okay? But, go and customize your shell to however you want it to be. Let's look at my ZSHRC. Actually, yeah. Here's some. And then it should be just here. You still have to have the dot because the environmental variable for ZSH is z.dir. It's only reading from that place. So instead of reading from your home directory, the .zshrc file, it's reading from config zsh, which is that. Now, this is my backup file. The file that is on the left hand that has the dot before it, this is my backup. And I mean, I have a lot of stuff in here, so you can really look at all this. You can go on my Git stuff and see. I have a little bit more. I mean, about twice the size. And I've optimized it more than the script on the left. It doesn't really matter. Regardless of anything, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But still, check this out. Look at Zish. Stop using fish. That's all I gotta say.